Yes, sir. Next see that 306 and 657. So 306 and 657. We have to write that HCF and LCM of the following numbers. Now see that 306 it is directly it is not possible, so that's why that method that already I told that in first 306. Just you see it is, since last digit is even number 2. 2 ones are 2 1. 2 5s are 10, 2 3s are 6. Again it goes to 3, 3 5s are 15, 3 1s are 3. Next 3 17s are 51, so 17 1s are 7. Therefore 306 can be written as 2 into 3 into 3 into 17. That is that. Next 657. So 657, again since the last digit is odd number, go for 3. 3 2s are 6, 3 1s are 3, 3 9s are 27. Now 3 7s are 21, 3 3s are 9. So 73 1s are 73. So 657 can be written as 3 into 3 into 73. 3 into 3 into 73. Now see that how to write that HCF, the smallest powers that we know. That means what are the common? First 3 3. This is one common, and 3 3. This is also common. So that's why HCF is equals to 1 3, another 3, which is equals to 9. Therefore the HCF of the numbers is equals to 9. Next see that LCM. LCM means the greatest powers. What I told? Including HCF. First you write HCF and then the remaining factors. What are the remaining factors? 2 into 17 into 73. So 9 HCF into, so this is HCF. Remaining factors 2 into 17 into 73. If you multiply, it is easy to get LCM. So this is the way to find out that LCM and HCF of the given prime factors. Next you go by next you see that after that once again you recall that fundamental theorem of arithmetic means what? Every composite number can be expressed as the product of primes. That is important one. Every composite number can be expressed as the product of primes. That is very important. So by using this fundamental theorem of arithmetic we can do some more problems. Next, already that HCF and LCM completed, and other than that LCM and HCM, and the next one you see, check whether 6 to the power n, check whether 6 to the power n can end with the 0 and end with the 0 for any natural number n, for any natural number n. So we have to verify that 6 to the power n can end with the 0. See, actually if the last digit end with the 0, that means the last digit is 0. Compulsory it is divisible by either 5 or 10. If it is divisible by 5, then automatically it is divisible by 5. If it is divisible by 10, it is automatically divisible by 5. So for example you see 6 to the power n. So that means the prime factors, that means 6 to the power n can be written as some prime factors. After writing that prime factors, in that prime factors compulsory what will be there? 5 will be there, then only it is 6 to the power n can end with 0. But whereas 6 to the power n is equals to 2 into 3 whole power n, this can be written as 2 power n into 3 power n. But there is no 5 here in the factors, so that's why 6 to the power n cannot end with 0 for any natural number n. And we see this type of models are very important. Just you see, first of all 6 to the power n or 3 to the power n or 4 to the power n, just your total can be converted into the prime factors, and in the prime factors whether the particular number is there. Suppose if it is the digit 0 is there, compulsory the prime factors contains 5. Here it is, there is no 5, so that's why 6 to the power n cannot end with 0. And see that next one about that, explain why 7 into 11, explain why 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13, 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 and 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5 are composite numbers. Explain why they are composite numbers. How will you explain that these are the composite numbers? In one way, the total can be converted into, if you write at least 2 factors, we can say that it is a composite number. But total, there is a logic here is there. Don't write directly. It can be written as the product of prime, it can be written as the 2 factors. So that's why it is a composite number. Don't write that directly. See that, suppose see that 2 problems here. Here 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13. So that means is that 13 is a common factor. So if you common that 13, what are the remaining? 7 into 11 plus 13 is already common, that is 1. 13 is already common, into 1 means no need to write, but plus after means you have to write that 1. So that's why this can be written as 13 into 7 11s are 77 plus 1. So 13 into 77 plus 1, 78. 77 plus 1 into 78. So that's why 13 into 78. So 13 into 78 means that means the total can be written as the 2 factors, at least 2 factors here now. So that means 13 and 78 are the factors. Hence it is a composite number. So that's why every composite number can be written as the product of primes, and in that way also we have to write here at least 2 factors are there, it is a composite number. But what is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic? Every composite number can be expressed as the product of prime factors. Suppose see that 13 is prime, that already you know. So verify whether it is 78 is prime or not. 78 is not prime. But 78 can be written as 13 into 6. 13 6 are 78. Again 13 into 6 can be written as 2 into 3. So that's why this can be written as 13 into 78 can be written as 13 into 2 into 3. So is 13, 13, 2, 3. All are prime numbers or not? So that's why, come on, you recall that fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Every composite number can be written as the product of primes. Hence, this is a composite number. Or in another way, since it has 2 factors, directly we can write it is a composite number. But instead of that, you use that fundamental theorem of arithmetic so that it is easy to write. Go for next one. See that 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5. Out of all these, 5 is common. Now, common 5 of what are remaining? 7 into 6 into 4 into 3 into 2 plus 1. So that's why 5 into 7 6 are 42. 42 into 3 2s are 6, 6 4s are 24. So 7 6 are 42 into 24. 24 2s are 48. 24 4s are here 48, 96. 96 plus 4, 100. So that's why this is 1008. 1008 plus 1. So 5 into 1009. 1009. So that's why this can be written as the 2 factors 5 into 1009. So that's why it contains 2 factors, then it is a composite number. But in another way, 5 into 1009, that means 1009 is a prime number. 1009 is a, suppose if you see that multiply with 3, that means 3 3s are 9, 1 3s are 9, 1 19. And sometimes, and whatever it may be, that means 1009. So that's why 1009 is a prime number. So that's why, since 5 is also the prime number, so in one way it contains 2 factors, that's why it is a composite number. And again you recall by fundamental theorem of arithmetic, already what is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic states that every composite number can be written as the product of prime factors. So that's why 5 into 1009 both are prime factors, hence it is a composite number. So this is the way to express and write that. And see that next, what is the last digit of 6 to the power 100? This is the last and final problem of this exercise 1.2. Explain, that means what is the last digit of 6 to the power 100. So we have to write the last digit of, that means first digit of last. So in this last digit 6 to the power 100, what is in general way, that is the general psychological, general thinking. So 6 to the power 1 is equal to 6. 6 square is equals to 6 into 6, 36. So 6 to the power 1 is equals to 6. 6 square is equals to 6 6 are 36. 6 cube is equals to 6 into 6 into 6. 6 6 are 36. 36 6 are 216. 216. So now in each and every case, what is that last digit? Last digit is 6. That is repeating. So not only 6 cube, 6 power 4, 6 power 5, dash 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 dash. For any power of that 6, the last digit is 6. Hence that the last digit of 6 to the power 100 is also 6. Is also 6. This is a way to complete by using that fundamental theorem of arithmetic. And then how to find out that HCF and LCF of two numbers. These are some more problems are there in the textbook. According to that you practice and verify that 6 to the power n can end with 0, the type of problems, and how to find out that, how to explain that those are the composite numbers by using that fundamental theorem of arithmetic that already clearly that I explained. So according to that you follow. So we'll continue in the next class. Thank you.